That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of That Sounds Fun, The Seasons. I'm your host, Annie F. Downs. I am so happy to be with you today. Today on the show, we're answering the question, what is it about country music and summer? And today on the show, I get to talk with my friend and multi-platinum country music superstar, Russell Dickerson. I mean, is there anyone more fun to listen to as our summer soundtrack than Russell? Russ is on tour right now, the Russellmania Tour. I got to see the first show in Nashville and then was just at the sold-out show in New York. Don't worry, we're going to talk about it. And y'all, Russ's energy, his songwriting, his voice, I'm telling you, the live show in New York is a night I'll never forget. His next album, Famous Back Home, that releases in August is next level. It is our summer soundtrack, and you are going to want to play these songs over and over and over. I can't wait for you to fall in love with this guy if you don't already know him, or fall more in love if you do. If you're following along in your TSF Seasons Guidebook, we're on page 78. And if you're wondering what we're talking about with this guidebook thing, you can find it at anniefdowns.com/seasons. All right, here's my conversation with my favorite country music artist, our summer soundtrack, my friend, Russell Dickerson.
That sounds fun.
Russ, this is your second time on That Sounds Fun. Technically. Are you going to come at one every
Time and a half.
Yeah, for one every 6 years? Is that your ratio of coming on That Sounds Fun?
I guess so.
I need you to pick up la pace.
Hey, you.
Fair. It's me. You're like,
you know.
How many? Yeah, you know what? Good call. I will pick up the pace. Thank you for doing this today.
My pleasure.
I'm really glad you're here. Let's jump in on the topic at hand, country music in summer. Country music in
Right?
summertime. What's better? Nothing.
Nothing. Then two bare feet on a dashboard.
Yeah, I was about to say,
young love in an old Ford.
Take me back to middle school Russ. He's on the lake, he's on the pontoon, he's
Yes.
fishing.
Yeah.
What are you listening to?
I mean, that for me was like barbecue stain on a white t-shirt.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, around then, well, I had already gotten into like rap and like
okay.
and some R&B,
Okay.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blink-182 by that point, Usher.
Sure.
But like, it's crazy how in high school country kind of came back around. Like I was like a rock kid. Like I was a band nerd, metal kid. Like,
So you're listening to like Green Day? No, not grunge.
Yeah, more just like all bands that are non-existent anymore.
Okay, great.
And would just like had a spray painted burnt CD.
Yeah, there
and
you
I
go.
was like, this band is so cool, dude. Because there's 14
They're gonna
people at
make
this
it.
show.
They're gonna make it so
Yeah.
big.
Yeah. But honestly, like Under Oath's still doing their thing. That's one of them, yeah.
Wow.
So I was more of a hardcore kid in high school, but like it somehow came back around to country music, as it always does.
How though? When you were here at Belmont?
A girl I was kind of talking to in high school, she just listened to country music, and that was the time where like Rascal Flatts were just coming
Yeah.
out. Tim McGraw was, popping still,
Yeah.
and he still is. But yeah, it's just like my musical taste is so vast. Like I could listen to Mozart or Under Oath or Kenny Chesney at any given point of any day.
I'm like, we used to sit on the floating dock at my parents' lake house for like a weekend and be so seasick on Monday when we weren't floating anymore because the dock wasn't moving. But it was like John Deere Green.
Yeah.
I mean, all those songs that are just like, for some reason, those tie so closely to me, summer and country music. Do you
Correct.
think about that when you're writing songs?
I think I do. Yeah. I just think about what do people feel when they hear these words? Because I know what I feel.
Yeah.
And there's probably somebody else that feels that out there too. And I don't know, it's just really like I've found the more honest that I am and the more real life. Because at first you're like, oh, I want this to be really broad for as many people to relate what's possible.
Yeah.
But I've found that the more specific and more honest and real that I talk about my life and my journey or my love, for Kaylee, or like the more specific I get, turns out the more I feel like people relate.
Oh my gosh, yours? Was that your number one?
Yeah, first one.
I mean, that was Oh yeah, sorry. First number one. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I meant
Oh,
to
sorry.
say that.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I meant to say it, and
It
I
was
didn't.
one of 5. Yes, correct. Continue.
It was the first of many to come. I mean, that is so specifically about Kaylee.
100%.
Correct. And so, but that is also the one that like makes me flutter. I mean, it makes everybody feel feelings when you
Yeah.
hear that song.
Yeah.
Which is the one? Do you have a broad example? Do you have one that was a broad example that has worked too?
That has worked?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess kind of Love You Like I Used to.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Definitely more broad.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's still like
Love you like I. Here's the thing about going to your shows. Hit Factory. I sing everything.
Yeah.
I mean, every song. It's so fun. This is
you.
where I'm going to bring in your Garth Brooks anointing. Are we going to talk about it?
yeah.
The Lord. The Lord.
Yeah.
When you think about, so Famous Back Home is your album that's coming out in a couple of weeks. When I listen to that song, like when you think about your big long life, and then we're in like 50 years and you're getting in the Country Music Hall of Fame and we're all sitting there crying and I'm in a wheelchair because I'm old and I'm just like, oh, Russ. Famous Back Home feels like the song that is going to linger with you because that seems to be what you care about the most.
Absolutely. I was just thinking about that today of like, it's a sacrifice, right? Because I know other people, you know, they're like, man, I'm going on a 2-week hunting trip. I'm like, you have kids, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, of course I would love to do that. I would love to disappear to a duck camp and do nothing but hunt and fish and love every day.
Yeah.
But like, it's a struggle. It's a sacrifice. It is the most overstimulating thing that you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
But it's freaking amazing.
And the boys are how old?
Almost 2, almost 5.
Yeah. Almost 5, Remy.
5.
That is
4.5, 1.5. It's
crazy.
nuts. Yeah. So it's a lot.
It's
But
loud.
Yeah. Nonstop. I mean, they woke us up this morning. Bam, straight to business. And like, by the time I literally I was like, I'm going to have quiet time. I'm going to my studio, and I just like close all the doors, let them like jump to Alexa, and I was like, I need to close the doors, take a breath because I'm about to lose my mind.
Yeah. This may be too personal, so say, get out of my business, Annie. What is God saying to you about balance in family and work?
Family, focus on family.
Really?
Yeah, really. Because in the last couple years, I feel like my journey, me and Kale's, like we have grinded.
Yes.
You say yes to everything, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like we've got a short amount of time to really kind of. We came out of the gate pretty hot. You know, we had 4 number ones in a row. That's insane. Keep going. Boom. COVID put us down for a couple of years. Boom. 2023 back up. 22, 20. You know, back up.
And now you have the song of the summer.
Yeah,
You do.
I hope
You
so.
do, RD. You got the song of the summer.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So like I think it is when the reason I was crying in the prayer, you said the Ebenezer stone of like something changed.
Yeah.
And something has changed.
You feel it.
Absolutely. No question. Because last year, you know, it was after one show and I was just like kind of like a whiny kid to God. And I was like, what the heck, dude? I'm like, I've given you everything. I've given this my everything. I know I'm called to this. I know this is what I'm supposed to do. I've given and gone and agreed and agreed.
Yes.
And I was like, I feel like I'm on a treadmill. Like I'm like, what are we doing? What's happening? You know? And I struggle a lot with comparison. How can you not in this industry of like, oh, you know, this dude was opening up for us last year. Pew. You know what I mean? Pew. I'm just watching people.
Right.
And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And so I got to the point where that happened a few times and I was just like, I got to lay this down. Like, I'm not quitting, but I'm quitting the striving. I'm quitting the comparison. Cause like, I was just like, God, if you're going to do it, do it. But I'm not going to keep sprinting on this treadmill and
To
You
what
know what I-
end? Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And like I'm just like I'm burning out going nowhere.
Yeah.
It felt like. But it's just crazy to see now behind the scenes of like what he was orchestrating and what he was all aligning, and now my 2 words I felt like God spoke to me this year at the beginning was like easy and fun.
Wow.
And like it has been like for the first time in a long time, it's been easy and fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're so back, baby. You know, it's been such a fun year.
Tell me about when you saw your song Happen to Me, which everybody knows. It is everywhere. It has
Crazy.
been, I mean, we've talked about it a lot. It has been insane to watch when God just goes and touches a thing. And then you couldn't stop it if you wanted to at this point. You couldn't pull it. What was it like being on the Russell side of watching Happen to Me start moving like it's moved?
So exciting. Like
Easy and fun.
Yeah. Just like, because it's, you know, really since 22, I haven't really had anything like that. Because like She Likes It was kind
I
of,
love She Likes It.
yeah.
That's such a good one.
I mean, yeah, it was like yours, She Likes It, and like this one, you know?
This one's different,
Big time.
even than those, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you and me and Kaylee talked about one night. I was like, there's like an actual anointing of some kind on this song that just makes it's just
Praise God.
different.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you're singing it every night, tell me about, I mean, I've seen it live a couple of times, but
Yeah.
tell me about what it is like when it starts.
It's what I want every song. It's what you would wish every song. It's just like 3 notes on the guitar.
And phones are up. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I pull out my ears every time. It's
Do
like,
you?
Because like in the ears it's like counting off, and it's like
Yeah.
1, 2. Then I pull my ears out just for the down down down.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Because that's like, as a consumer too that loves music, that's why I went to shows. It's like from the downbeat, I know that this is it.
It's the
There's
one.
no fear, and I don't know. I can't believe it's easy and fun, and like it's just it's just come full circle of I've gone the hardest of grind, and now I'm like, actually, I'm going to be home with the fam. Like, no, sorry.
Yeah. And then it's easy and fun.
Yeah.
And then Happen to Me happens to you.
Happens. It's happening. Yeah.
That is bananas.
Yeah. It's really fun. I mean, no pun intended. It's really fun to watch, and just constantly getting updates from the team, like week after week. It's like new streaming record, new street, you know what I mean? And like, this is the first time we've actually had a full pop radio team working at Pop.
Oh,
too.
okay.
So it's it's at Pop right now. It was
No way.
On Monday. It was the most added song on Hot AC.
You are lying to
No,
me,
I'm not.
Russ.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
what is happening?
my gosh.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. So this is my first step outside of country.
Yeah. So educate us. When a song goes from country to pop like that, do they change the song? Do you like change any of the instruments, or do you change anything, or you send the same file?
Same file. Originally, that was a conversation.
Yeah.
Like once it came out and like it had like whoa, we've never had this big of a debut. We're probably looking at pop stuff. We should work on a mix.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, after over 100 million, sorry, that doesn't.
I need you to go.
This is facts.
This is facts. I need you
After
to.
100 million streams in 100 days, like you're like, it ain't broke.
Yeah.
Like just send
go.
Send it.
Send it.
Yeah. So it's copy paste, same file.
Oh my gosh. This is why it's so fun to have you here for our friends listening to hear. Is so many of our friends listening already know you, already love you, but getting to hear you talk about it and then hear the song and be like, that's my friend. Like, that's our dude.
Yeah.
Doing that. So I was at the Nashville show, and when the song started, I was in I think for people to know, you and Kaylee pray a lot for me. We pray a lot. There's a lot of prayer in between our friendship. And so I'm kind of experiencing it the first time in Nashville through my like prayer goggles of like, what's this? What's on this? What is this? And I text you after. I was like, yo, what is this? So then when I was in New York and saw the show, I just got to like enjoy it because I had kind of done my assessment already.
Yeah, because you knew what was coming.
Yeah. And it is the joy you bring to people in that song. It's such a fun. It's easy and fun.
Yeah.
That is those words are so true because it brings such joy to people to watch you do. Let's talk about the New York show for a minute.
Yeah.
Sold out, Pier 17. Well, you said from stage this progression of your time in New York. Will you talk about that for a second?
And so my first time was 2016 something. And there's this there's a blog called, it used to be called New York Country Swag.
Okay.
And so I think it's just now Country Swag. And so it's like an online outlet, social media, everything. And they did a show. It was like a brunch. It was in this New York bar. It was like brunch, mimosas, whatever. And this guy is
like
playing.
A free show.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know if they paid me.
Yeah.
Maybe $200
Wow.
or something. But I was like, yep, we're there. We'll be there. Acoustic, just me. We get there and I'm like, all right, where are we setting up? Where are we plugging in? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, like, is there a microphone? Is there a whatever? And like, I think the DJ has one that he like uses. I'm like, all right, cool. And like they just like hand me a mic plugged in. I'm like, is there a mic stand? And they're like, I mean, we can like try to get one. Duct tape the microphone to the mic stand.
No.
Yeah. And I'm sitting on the single DJ speaker that my sound is coming out of.
Under your feet.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Russ.
On top of the bar.
No.
I'll get Kales to send you the photo.
In the moment where you like, am I making it or is this not making it?
I honestly was like, there's people here.
Yeah, there we go.
This is freaking awesome.
Great.
This is great.
Great.
And it's so early.
Yeah.
You know, and like, to me, I'm just glad at that point somebody invited me to play a show.
Yeah, that's right.
So that was awesome. And we did a few shows like, not like that, but they got better. We got better.
Yes.
Bungalow Beach bar or something. And, one time, that was like one of the first sellouts for us, like maybe 600, 700 people.
That's crazy.
And we're just like, yes. And we did those a few times. Hit Madison Square Garden with TR.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
And then just to come back and build, that's like it's like the perfect scenario of like an agent who's like, you got to build your story, come back again, come back in a couple years, come back in a couple years. And we did. And just,
sold it
just
out.
sold out Pier 17, which is the sickest venue in New York.
Oh my gosh. My pictures are insane. I mean, the Brooklyn Bridge was behind your head.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And the Statue of Liberty was behind Yall's head.
Oh, really?
Yall.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, tell the story. You're in the middle in the set. You're singing "What a Life," and there's these pictures playing in the background of you growing up.
Yeah.
And you, in the middle of the song, just kind of get a little overwhelmed by the moment.
Yeah.
Will you tell that story?
I will. So in What a Life, like the bridge is when I'm on my way home and I see that light and it all flashes right before my eyes, I hope I say what a life.
Yeah.
And then it's like, boom, the lights go down and it's like baby pictures.
Yeah.
Baby, 2 years old, 5, 6, up to high school.
Of you.
Of me, yeah. And then and the lights come back on and we finish the song. But then I just I tried the whole, from there on out, I was like holding back too. If you can't tell, I'm a crier. In a good way.
Yes, you're checked in to your emotions. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And I like the whole, from there on, I was fighting tears just so I could finish the song. And then it just, the Ebenezer Stone, Kales, we talked about it multiple times of like something shifted at the New York show.
Really?
Yeah. Like that was the beginning of a new chapter, new era. Yeah.
Wow.
Really. Because I mean, even in round one of the tour, it was, it'd been a lot of rooms we'd already played.
Yeah.
There was no like, whoa, this is crazy.
I mean, you were the first show at the Pinnacle, weren't you? One of the first shows?
Yeah.
Here in Nashville.
Yeah, not even that for some
Yeah,
reason.
that's great. Didn't have to.
Yeah. Anyway, so What a Life. I hold it together, and then we finish the song. And there was a picture in that montage. Is that the montage?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Montage.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Picture in that montage of me at 7, 8 years old, big old bruise on my forehead
Yeah.
on the Statue of Liberty. And I was just like, there's a Statue of Liberty. Wow.
Yeah.
7-year-old me would have had no idea
Not
that this was
believed
in
it.
his future, you
Yeah,
know? And
that's
it was
right.
just like
Yeah.
dry heaving.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Like,
you were really,
I
you were
was,
really crying.
yeah.
Yeah.
It felt so good.
You're like, let it out.
Yeah, I was. I was
the crowd
like,
went
you know
bananas.
what?
They loved
Yeah.
it. They were with you. They
Yeah.
were all the way with you. What room haven't you played you still want to play? Is there one you want to? Sorry, let me
so
read.
many.
What do you want to headline? What haven't you headlined you want to headline?
MSG for sure.
Okay.
Huge bucket list.
Yeah, okay.
Greek in LA.
Okay.
Garden in Boston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean all like
The arenas
the
headlining them,
the
yeah.
big
Yeah.
the big dogs. I want to come in and affect the GDP of a city.
Bro.
You know,
I
want
think
restaurants to thrive and
that's
bars
it.
to thrive
That's
and
it. But that is gospel stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
when we show up somewhere, we smell like Jesus and it changes the room.
Yeah.
And so when I felt the same way when we took Single Purpose League to Dollywood or when we did the Ryman show here and we filled it with people that were not from Nashville, I was like, change the GDP.
Come on.
I want the city to be better.
Yeah.
Because we showed up. That is
I
that
want
is it.
every worker, bartender, server, whoever
Yep.
it is, be like, dude, these people tip the junk out of me, baby.
Yes.
Like this.
Yes.
That
Who
concert.
is in
yeah,
town?
yeah.
Yes. That's exactly what I want. Did God give you that or is that just in you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Both. I bet
Yeah.
both maybe.
Yeah.
Well, more so like thinking about T Swift.
Okay.
She affected the GDP of the country.
Yeah, probably the
You know what
world.
I mean?
But
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
You know what I
you're
mean?
right.
So like just on a smaller scale of like, I want people to come in and like when my fans come out
yes.
of the woodwork,
yes.
I mean, they're normal people, but like, dude, just like the vibes are high. Like the
Yeah.
atmosphere is
yeah.
so positive and joyful. And,
Yeah.
you know, people are just being kind to people and generous and whatever.
Okay. That's really fun to think about that when a Russell Dickerson show, when the RD party comes through,
Correct.
when
Yeah.
Russellmania comes through,
Yeah.
that it affects, there's something that shifts in the city.
Yeah.
That's a legacy.
Yeah.
That's the real thing.
That sounds fun.
Hey friends, just interrupting this conversation to tell you about one of our incredible partners, BetterHelp. This is an ad by BetterHelp. We do our best to keep things as stress-free as possible for our team here at AFD Inc., but we know the reality is that a lot of our friends listening deal with a ton of work-related stress, us too, and the overwhelm of trying to balance everything, us too. This summer is a great time to focus on developing ways to deal with the stress in our lives in healthier ways. Therapy can help us navigate whatever challenges the workday or any day might bring. My counselor has been so instrumental in helping me learn ways to become the healthiest version of myself. And BetterHelp makes it so convenient to connect with one of their over 30,000 therapists. You can join your session with the click of a button and fit it right into your already busy life. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Unwind from work with BetterHelp. Our friends get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/thatsoundsfun. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/thatsoundsfun. And another incredible partner I get to tell you about, Ritual. Listen, I know we're all being served the latest health trick and tip every single day on the internet, and it's hard to know what to trust, but Ritual is one that I do and we can. They're a clean supplement company that is pledged to complete clinical trials on all of its products by 2030, with trials already done for their best-selling products like their Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin, which is my personal favorite, and their skin hydration supplement, Hyacera. You actually can see all the results of their trials at ritual.com. I love their Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin. It has 9 key ingredients. You take 2 capsules a day. I also love that their capsules feature a delayed release, which means it dissolves later, so it's easier on an empty stomach. Plus, no one wants to take a pill that has a bad aftertaste, but their multivitamins have a great little minty essence. I love it. No more shady business. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 Plus is a multivitamin you can actually trust. My friends, get 25% off your first month only at ritual.com/thatsoundsfun. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 Plus to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/thatsoundsfun for 25% off. Okay, now back to our conversation with Russ.
That sounds fun.
Okay, so I want to ask you this question. We let our friends in our AFD Week in Review email send in questions. They know who's coming in the next week.
Can't wait.
This is really interesting to me that someone would observe this. She says, Artie carries the heart of Jesus-centered masculinity. I was at the Nashville show. I could feel the weight of honor in the room. Wow. As a woman in the room, I felt so safe with the men in the crowd and the men on stage. Each time I listen to the way Russell writes about love and women and sexual desire, I feel pulled to celebrate the legacy of love he and Kaylee share. Wow. And then her question kind of to you is, are you aware that you write music with such honor that it disciples people in their view of romance?
Wow.
And so...
Who is this person?
Yeah, Bridget.
Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget out here.
With
She
that
is a fan.
pastoral
Yeah,
anointing.
that's it. So will you talk about, you said that the rooms are fun, and that is my experience too. There are shows you go to where it doesn't feel safe as a woman. Have you intentionally done that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Totally.
What have you done? How have you, because your band is the same way. They are all the safest men in the world.
Correct.
They are the nicest dudes.
Yeah.
And how is that? What did you do?
Well, I mean, there's so many layers to it. With the band, it's just we're all, half of us are in the same friend group family since college, so we all married each other's best friends. And it's just like there's never any like, it's not even a thing. Yeah. Like women is not even a thing, right? It never has been. Even when, some of us weren't married, like it wasn't
there weren't women coming on the bus.
Ever. Never. Yeah. And it's just like, we know that like that ain't it.
Yeah.
And it never has been. So that one, and like, I mean, that's like just the caliber of men that I surround myself with. Yeah.
Great. Dudes.
And so that, and then as far as writing as the song specifically, it just really is out of honor for my wife. Like, I wouldn't want to like be writing nasty songs and like, girl, you're so hot when you blah 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 and dot and you know what I mean? Like, there is a respectful romance. There is and it can still be sexual, right? Like but it's not. I don't know. It just is rooted in honoring my wife.
Did your dad do this in you? Like, were you discipled up by men in your life of pretend you were a football coach because you got a jersey on. Yeah. Pretend instead you had grown up and decided to be a social studies teacher and a high school football coach. Yeah. Would this respect toward women still be in you? Was that put in you?
I think so. Yeah. 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 And I would say that's more God than nurture. How
are you nurturing it in your boys?
I mean, always making them, like, if there's any disrespect, even now, like, excuse me, sir, we do not speak to your mother that way. And, like, treat her like a princess and always tell her she looks beautiful. And, like, now, like, there'll be moments where I don't even have to prompt them. Yeah. Like, they're like, Mommy, you look so cute. They're like, your shoes are so cute. I'm like, yes, bro. Great job. Great job.
That's it.
But to answer that question on a deeper level, you probably know this story, but we were in the UK and we were not married. We were not freshly dating, but it had been maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
Y'all were young for people.
Correct. Yeah. And we were on a mission trip together in the UK with like Daniela and like a bunch of our friends from college that Daniela's dad was leading. And we had a whole worship group over there, went around to some churches. Anyways, and I can't remember if it was the pastor or there was another guy that pulled Kaylee aside after one of the services. Old man, Peter, sweet Peter. And he just spoke over, we weren't even married yet at this point. And I can't remember who specifically it was, but it was a prophetic word over our marriage that said, our marriage, keep in mind, I'm the cold feet one at the time.
Yeah.
We're not married.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, your marriage.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Cool.
Cool.
I'm like fresh out
be
of college,
fine.
single. Yep, we're good. And he said, your marriage is going to show the world the Father's love. He's like, it's not like you're going to have to go and be like, stand on a street corner and look at our love. It's like, simply your love,
Yes.
your marriage will show the world the Father's love.
Yes.
And people will reverse divorces.
Wow.
Through your marriage.
My gosh.
And so we're just like, I'm 21
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy. And I'm like, and for so long, even after we got married, I'm like, okay, where is this promise?
Yeah.
And then like, because I had written yours, and it wasn't until exactly 4 years later that it was a #1 song.
Oh, wow.
So like
4 years from when you
we're
wrote
talking
it.
about 5 years of marriage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, I guess, and there's other words that, like we were waiting on. And,
Yeah.
but that was to answer that question specifically, that's a word that we've received and have just
And
held
you're
on
seeing
to.
God
and,
do it.
Oh man. Yeah.
Do you pray into it? Do you ask him to do it? Or
yeah.
you just watch him do it?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say we adamantly pray about it, but
Yeah.
we definitely, like when we're believing for breakthrough and we're believing for, this or that, and, seeing the promises come to fruition, that's just another one that we reiterate.
Will you talk about y'all's prayer life for a minute? Because it is a deep gift in my life. But B, I mean, in your old house, y'all had you'd walk around this island and call it the Walls of Jericho. And what's y'all's prayer rhythms? Y'all pray together every
Always,
day?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
I mean, every day, no. Pre-kids, yeah.
Yeah.
Just about. But yeah, pre-kids we had in our old house. It was like it was a doorway here and a doorway there.
Yeah.
And we had all the time in the world. Nothing was going on for me.
Yeah.
And we were like freshly filled with the Spirit and just so pumped and just on it. And just, I mean, some days it was just only in the Spirit, There's nothing specifically that we needed to warfare for, or just besides. I mean, those days are so foundational of I feel like sometimes we're still living off those prayers.
Really?
Oh yeah, big time.
Because you just kept sowing.
Man, the way there was nothing going on.
Yeah.
And we were just like, we know
Yes.
that this is supposed to happen.
Yes.
And shout out to my wife for standing next to me so faithfully. She was never like, I don't know, babe. It's been we've been married 5 years, 4 years, But I feel like God has always just given us both of us, just one more little hope, one more little thing of hope,
Yes.
But she's heard the words that, talking about Garth Brooks' anointing, and she was there for that, and it just shout out to her for standing with me.
Yes.
Sometimes stronger than I was in believing in myself.
I mean, she believes in you like none of us. I mean, you could stack all of us, and she still is just so sure of what God's called you to. But the other fun thing, Russ, that I am learning in a world where I get to get married someday, what I've watched her do is also believe. She believes in what God has said, but she chooses to believe in you and your character and your integrity and your, and so it is the combo that is so diabolical.
Yeah.
Right. The
good.
I'm believing in Russ, but I also believe in what God is doing in Russ.
Yeah.
And that's you can't crush that.
That is the perfect partner.
Yeah. It's awesome to watch. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
How are you that you are that for her? What does that look like she has a very popular podcast on the That Sounds Fun Network.
She does.
Coffee with Kaylee.
1 million downloads.
Yeah,
no big deal.
no
Probably
joke.
knocking on the door of 2.
Right.
Maybe 3.
And so what does it look like from your seat when a lot of her time is taking care of the boys and a lot of her time is y'all are renovating a house?
Yeah.
And what does it look like to cheer for Kaylee, cheer what God's called Kaylee to, and be that same type of partner when her life is not as public as yours is currently?
Right. And that's why I'm so excited for her now,
Yeah.
you know, because she's, you know, she's writing and
Yeah.
she's, you know, she's doing her thing now. And I just like, it's so fun to ask the same questions that she has asked on my
wow.
behalf, right?
Wow.
And I don't, it's just fun to be the supporter
Yeah.
for once.
Yeah.
Because she's been that for so long. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
This is easy and fun now.
Yeah.
So now that we can, and it's just perfect timing of brain space
Yes.
and, you know, having the capacity to do that and be
Yeah.
there for her. And so it's just, I don't know, it's just fun to like stuff as simple as like she you know, she has a meeting with whoever
Mm-hmm.
and like, babe, let's go on a walk and like, let's decompress. Tell me everything about your meeting. I want to know what was good, what was bad. Are you feeling this? How does it compare to this other people that you just talked to yesterday? You know what I mean? And like, let her do that for once instead of me.
Yeah.
Not for once,
Yeah.
you know, let her be the one to let me be the one that you get to just dump it all on.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And hear the process of a
Yeah.
new thing growing.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the question that's coming to my mind. Talk to the women who are listening that are not married yet, that are like, oh, that's what I want. I want a partner like that. I want to pray like that. I want someone that we walk around the house praying.
Mm-hmm.
What are you telling her to do right now to get ready for that kind of marriage? What does she need to be doing if she wants to be the half of that?
Yes, ladies.
Right. Tell them. Like, what were you looking for? How's that
first of
play
all,
out?
clean up your Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start there.
As we going into summer, keep it
Clean up
clean.
your
Keep it tight
Instagram.
right on Instagram.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why that was just the first thing to my mind, but like,
take it.
I mean, I'm 15 years out of the dating scene,
Yeah, yeah.
but
But you're walking with a lot of us who are doing it.
yeah, it's really to me, my favorite thing about Kales was that she was never attention seeking. Like there was nothing that she did that was like tried to achieve somebody's affection.
Yes.
And she was just like confident,
Yeah.
number one, also beautiful, but like
Yeah.
confidence was the main thing.
Yes.
I was like, this one was different. There's plenty of beautiful women, but a confident, beautiful, secure, and you know what I mean? Like that. Now I'm just gabbing about my
No,
wife.
that's right.
But like that's what was the most attractive.
And
to
that's
me.
work she did in her.
Correct.
She wasn't trying to catch you. She was
Yeah.
doing work in her, in her spiritual life, in her physical life, in her emotional life that made her, when y'all got in the same place, that's what you liked.
Because we were ish, but like we did break up. Me and Kel broke up for like a month. You know,
Yes.
sorry. She ran one way, I ran the other.
Yeah.
She ran to Jesus.
Yeah.
And, you know, got filled with the Spirit. And I ran towards music and touring and drinking. And but literally, I was like, I need to try this rock star thing.
Yeah.
Literally made out with one girl
Yeah.
on the road after a show.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I was just like,
Not my
God,
move.
really? Like, I really just left her to just like try to put some moves on girls after shows just to make out
Yeah.
and you know whatever. And I'm just like, this is nasty. This is gross.
Wow.
And like after that, it took me a while to realize that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, wow. That's why we were only broken up for a month.
Yeah. You're like, I'm
I
back.
was
Sorry
like,
about that.
Yeah, well, I was like, dude, my bad. That was the biggest disappointment. Because in your mind, it's like, dude, rock star mode.
Right.
Girls everywhere.
Right.
And I tried it, and I was just like, I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I ain't that guy.
And she stayed so steady.
She got even steadier,
Yeah.
you know. And then she started talking to some dudes, and it, like for real, for real. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like, no.
And so all that to say, she got even more confident, more, grounded in the Lord and in herself and what she knew. And I was like, I was so floaty out here in the world. I was like, whatever just happened to you, I got to have it.
Wow.
And it was the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And, and I was just like all in from there on out.
I think that's helpful for people to hear because so often me or my friends when we're in conversation will think the way I'm going to get a guy is by changing this and changing my body, changing my location, changing my, I'm going to make all these changes so that I can have this with someone. And what Kaylee models for us and what you're saying is no, just go hard at being you.
Yes.
And believe God and follow God. And then that's what someone you don't know is looking for.
That's just a universal truth, I think. I mean, because I feel that way about this new...
easy and fun.
Easy and fun. Because, managers tell you to do this, man. Not specifically managers, but just people.
But the people speaking into your career,
oh,
right,
well,
of course.
Country is real country right now. So the more country you are, I think it's going to be real country.
Yeah.
And I'm I'm kind of country. I'll fully admit it. I'm not, my music does not sound like Luke Combs. Mm-hmm. And the sooner that I realized being Russell Dickerson.
Yeah. There it was.
Shazam.
Yes. Yes. That is true in every single thing I do. In dating, in
I'm so proud
work,
of you for that.
and all that. Well, thank you.
That you're not changing who you are to try to.
I mean, you've walked 7 years with me. I mean, it has not been forever.
Yeah.
It is just oh, you mean I can just be me and that works? Huh. Mm-hmm. Who can believe?
Yeah.
I can just keep running after what God has for me and that's going to work with all these people.
Yes.
That is not what that's not what I thought the
Yeah.
story was.
Take refreshment in that.
Yes.
Because then you have to upkeep some persona. It's
Listen,
going to come out one way or
if
another.
that's how you caught him, that's how you got to keep him. And that is hard.
Woo.
And it's true, right?
Yeah,
If you don't clean up your Instagram and you caught him because of that,
shoot,
that's what it's going to take to keep him. And that is a lot of work.
Yep.
And the same is true with an audience for your music or an audience for my work.
Yeah.
Is if I bells and whistles to catch him, I got to bells and whistles to keep him. And I just want God.
Yeah.
I just want God to show him,
Yes.
That sounds fun.
Hey friends, just interrupting this conversation one more time to tell you about one of our incredible partners, KiwiCo. No matter what your summer plans hold, KiwiCo has got a whole summer adventure series to keep the kids, or kids at heart, in your home, learning and having fun while school is out. They'll deliver 6 awesome science and art project kits over 6 weeks, or you can get them all at once if you'd rather. KiwiCo includes everything you need, so you don't have to buy any extra supplies, and they offer a range of topics for all ages. Whether your child wants to explore space or dinosaurs, there is something for everyone. My COO, Ashley, her daughter recently did one of the doodle crates, the handmade soap kit, and had such a good time with all the options to customize the soaps. Different color combos and fun little shape molds to choose from. They turned out so cute. I know it's tough to find hands-on screen-free creative time to ward off summer boredom, but KiwiCo's kits are the perfect fun project. And the Summer Adventure Series has projects like the archery set, my favorite summer camp activity of all time, where kids build their own bow. It helps to turn the outdoors into a playground of learning and fun. I really want to work on that one with my nephew, Sammy. That is one of my summer plans. He is going to love it. Build the best summer ever with KiwiCo. My friends, get $15 off on your Summer Adventure Series at kiwico.com/That Sounds Fun. That's $15 off your summer adventure at kiwico.com/That Sounds Fun. And another incredible partner I get to tell you about, Wayfair. Okay, we've got our summer soundtrack covered with this album, but what about setting the ambiance in your outdoor space? Porch hang, cookout, pool party. Wayfair has got everything from the patio table, the lounge chairs, or yard games. Anything you need to have some serious fun this summer. And with fast and easy shipping, it's never been easier to get ready to party. So however you kick back out back, go to Wayfair for effortless entertaining and game-filled gatherings. Y'all know I love scrolling the Wayfair app. It is one of my favorite things to do. Their selection for outdoor and indoor furnishings and decor is unmatched. I mean, they basically furnished my entire New York apartment, and I'm always looking at what they have as I make updates here and there, just like I did with my porch recently. Delivery is free, even on the big stuff, and that is a game changer. Shop outdoor furniture, grills, lawn games, and way more for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to explore a huge outdoor selection. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. And now back to finish up our conversation with Russell.
That sounds fun.
Okay, so the new album, it is our summer soundtrack.
Correct.
Russell Dickerson.
Thank you.
It is
I'm
the
honored.
That Sounds Fun, the Seasons summer soundtrack. This is a terrible question, but I'm a hard-hitting journalist.
Can't wait.
Favorite song on Famous Back Home? Is there like a deep cut we need to spin quick when it comes out?
Yeah. I mean, Heard It in a Country Song is one of my faves.
That's the other one.
Is that
I
yours?
got notes.
Yeah.
I got notes on
that
Heard It
one
in a Country Song.
and Sunrise in My Silverado.
Yeah.
That one's just like a smooth jam.
Yeah. Heard It in a Country Song is I wrote summer front porch song.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one. I was like, this is the one that we want. Like just
Yeah.
when we're rocking on the porch, when it's
Yeah.
too hot to be playing in the yard. And it is,
Yeah.
It's a great album, Russ. I listened to the whole thing and you wrote almost every song on here.
This is the first album that I have not written every song.
Really?
Yeah. Did I say that right? Yeah. It's the first
Yes.
album.
That you have
that I
songs that you haven't written on here?
Correct.
Yeah.
Two of
Why'd you
them.
make that switch? You just like the songs?
I just feel like every song that I had been sent was like, nah.
Yeah.
There's no song that like, if I'm going to cut a song, it's got to stop me in my tracks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's got to be better than...
what you could write.
It's got to be better than yours. Like if you're going to send me a love song, you have to beat yours. You have to beat Love You Like I Used to. And I'm not saying that that's not possible. I'm just like, for me, I know what I like. I know what I want to say. And I feel like, I've written some great songs with great writers.
Yeah.
And yeah. So that I heard this song Never Leave.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was actually Kaylee's idea to put Vince Gill on it.
Really?
Yeah. She was like, this feels like a little Vince Gill piece.
Yeah.
So we just hunted him down. It took a lot to connect. I mean, he's in the Eagles now. They were at the Sphere.
He's in the Eagles?
Yeah, he's like an honorary Eagle.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So they're like playing the Sphere. No big deal for like 20 nights.
Jeez.
Sold out. So I'm just like,
By the way,
yeah. Hey, Vince. Just like leaving him voicemail. I was like, I know you're playing from 50,000 people every night, but can you call me back?
Yeah.
And we finally connected, and he, in my head, it was going to be this like magical get in the studio together, go to his house and record. He was like, they just sent me one vocal file.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
got it.
honestly, that's all we need. That's all we need,
Appreciate
bro.
you.
Yeah.
How do you spell Gil? Let's make sure I get it right in the album. Yeah.
Checks in the mail.
Yeah. Man, it is. And then the other one is Sipping on Top of the World.
Correct. Casey Brown.
Yeah.
And a few homies wrote that.
Yeah.
I've had that. He sent me that a while ago. And I was like, it's a little bro-y, a little bro jam.
It is bro-y, but it's so good
But
for an August album release. If you were at Christmas, you wouldn't have put it on there.
Correct.
But for an album in August, why not?
Yeah.
It's
And
great.
and I kept listening to it, and I finally put a vocal on it. And like hearing my voice on it, I think it's like it's a love song.
Yeah.
But it's like a bro jam hammer love song.
Yeah.
Big drums.
Yeah.
Go be sipping on top of the world.
It's great.
Thank you.
It is. I mean, the whole thing. It is. I think I didn't know until I moved here. So my guess is most of my friends listening don't realize that like people can send you a song like Sipping on Top of the World in 2021. And you can say, hold it.
Yeah.
And they get a little bit of money because nobody else is allowed to record it. Right. And then someday you release it. Is that how that works?
No, it's
Okay,
more.
go.
Sorry.
Go.
No.
I don't know. I
No.
thought that you could hold them.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
But you don't pay for that.
Oh, they don't get paid if you hold them. They're just like, sorry.
Yeah, they're just hoping for a cut.
Oh, Reba's holding my song, but I don't know what's going to happen.
Correct.
I thought you got
$0
paid a little.
No. Mm-mm.
Wow, tough.
Yeah.
Tough. It comes off the market with no dollars.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Keep
It is,
teaching.
that is crazy. I mean,
So you just hold it.
it's all, it's just a handshake industry. It's just like, I want to cut this song. And
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. And then like, it's just labeled as like hold.
Yeah.
Held by Russell Dickerson, Well, Thomas Rhett had Never Leave. He put a vocal on Never Leave.
Oh, wow.
And it held it for like 2 years. I sent him my album, and he called me a couple days later, and he was like, dude, Never Leave. He was like, I love that song so much. whatever. And I was like, bro, as soon as your album came out, I cut this song. Like, I was like, this is mine.
I love the other day where TR put on Social City, called all y'all and said goodnight. Yes. And you were the only one who knew it was a trend. Nobody else, like Seriously. Charles, nobody else knew. And you were like, bro, I'm on you.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm like, does that mean I'm just like, am always on social media? Maybe.
It is such a trend right now, though.
I just watched a whole video of all the dudes calling their.
Yes, it's so
I think we all
funny.
saw the same one.
Yes.
And it was just like, it was so good. And I just watched it that day like 10 times.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even think about it at first. Because he called me. I was just playing guitar.
Yeah.
And as soon as he was like, well, I was like, he's on me, dude. He's on me. And I was like, just want to tell me good night? And I hear everybody in the background like,
it was so good.
Funny.
Okay. Tell me, let's finish up here, and then we're going to ask you what sounds fun to you. Our friends are listening to you talk today. They're going to spin this summer album. A couple of songs are already out. They can hear. It'll all be out August 22nd. What do you want people praying? When they pray, they're going to pray right now. They'll pray when they see you on Today's Show or whatever.
You got an army lined up.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah, we do. We don't take it lightly. So what do you want people praying for this album and for you and Kaylee and the boys in this new launch?
I mean, for the album and the stuff specifically, I just want to... continuing easy and fun.
Easy and fun.
And not worried about what comes after happened to me, and not worried about sustaining this.
Yeah.
And just letting him go. Letting him go with it. Because he can take this so much higher, bigger, wider, longer than I can. Right. So just kind of letting go of that, and not letting my old striving ways creep back in, and just enjoying it. Enjoying the ride, and like I've been really, as far as my mind goes, I've really been praying renewal of my mind over just the last probably 5 years of striving, and like I'm in my mind, I'm just used to like what's next, like this tightness of, you know what I mean, like this struggle, this stress, this what's next, how do we figure this out to take how do we like always
yes.
And I just need prayers of just breathe, and like a new mind, a new mindset of just chill.
Yeah.
Because I'm ADHD hardcore, so I'm always but just like I can still do that, but without the striving and the wondering if this is going to work or blah, blah. It's kind of a long answer to.
That's a great answer.
But yeah.
When I went to Onsite a few years ago, my counselor, Jim Kress, said, the tools you needed to get here are not the tools you need to stay here. Right? So he was like, you can release the tools that helped you. And there's so many of us that striving is such a integral part of how we built the thing we have. Mm-hmm. And so we needed the tools. I needed the tools of striving for a long chunk of my career too. And then the Lord goes, okay, good job. Like, Russ, I hope you hear him say that to you. I hope you hear him say good job in the middle of releasing the striving, because you have worked incredibly hard. There are people that could have had good as songs as you and did not work as hard as you. You have worked really hard, and the Lord's rewarded that. And now he says, now you can set that down and let me, you know? And that's just the picture I have in my mind is, when a canoeer or a kayaker is going through where there are no rapids, they have to paddle. But then as soon as you hit the rapids, you got to bring your paddle in or you tip the whole thing over. Yeah. Right? And so I think the Lord's just like, bring the paddle in, Russ. I'm on. I've got it. You're on the rapids now. You've done the part where you had to get yourself here. Now you're on the rapids. This is easy and fun.
That's fire.
And so that's what I'm going to pray, is that it feels really easy and fun. Yeah. But wear your helmet. Because also the rapids cannot be predicted.
Correct.
They are not right.
Yeah.
Okay, the other thing we got to say, Russellmania shows. Going through the fall,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe going through the rest of my life.
Let's go. It is so fun.
Yeah.
It is so fun. So our friends listening, when they show up, if they just like are screaming at you, you can be like, oh, that sounds fun,
Yes.
people.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Where do we go to see where you're traveling to next?
RussellDickerson.com.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's where all the
All the
and
goods
socials. Yeah. We're always posting tour graphics and whatever on socials.
Okay. The joy about your shows that I want to make sure our friends know is that there's not explicit songs.
Mm-hmm.
There's not cussing from stage.
No.
Your teenagers, your kids, like your family can come to the show. There are people sitting around you who are going to drink and cuss and do whatever. But this is like a very come show your kids.
Yes.
What another thing it can look like.
Correct. And like I've been to a lot of shows. I mean, we've seen a lot of shows online of other peeps. I mean, that's like the craziness,
Yes. Yes.
And I've been in those environments. I'm like, bro, this is not what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want this atmosphere to over my people.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, I mean, we invite every night the Holy Spirit into the room, the field, the track.
You intentionally pray it every night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's just obviously he shows up.
Yeah.
And it's just different. And it's just fun to see smiles and people making out and like it's a love environment. It's not
It is.
whiskey and heartbreak. And
Yeah.
Go bear.
Yeah, I think so
it.
often families are looking for like, where can the teenagers go to a show and experience a concert? But I'm not going to have to explain what that artist just did on top of that person on the stage. And, I mean, I went to one with a handful of our friends and we were all like, I did not agree to NC-17. I did not. You're doing that to a person you pulled up on stage. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
So, and your shows are just such an absolute joy. I have such a ball.
Yeah.
It is so fun.
We burn about 1,200 calories every night. It's a rager.
I am sure. Do you just have a
do turn
set of tank tops so that you can rip yours every night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just buying the same one. Your tour manager just keeps getting them.
Target tank tops.
Why not? Just rip them off.
3-pack.
Okay. Last question we always ask. Because the show is called That Sounds Fun, Russ, tell me what sounds fun to you.
Doing New York every night.
Yeah.
Just that vibe. I mean, that's what I like. That's what I see. That's what I dream all the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, I played golf with Remy yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, did you go to actual course and play?
Yeah. That sounds fun. It was so fun.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
You are such a good dad. Kaylee posted a video this week, I guess for Father's Day, of you and Remy just sitting in the kitchen playing a game.
Yep.
I was like,
Playing Battleship.
yeah,
That's awesome.
That makes me proud to be your friend, that you dad like that.
Yeah.
So you're a good man, Russell Dickerson.
Thank you.
Anything we
Downs.
forgot that you want me to make sure we remember?
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay. Thanks for being our summer soundtrack.
Hey, I'm honored to be.
Appreciate
honored
you.
to be.
I love you, my friend. I'm really thankful for you.
I love you more.
Yeah, well, you're kind. Thank you. Oh, you guys, isn't he the best? Oh my gosh, I love him so much. I love this album. These are our summer songs. You've already heard Happen to Me, right? I'm sure you have. If you're a person on the internet, you've heard Happen to Me. I mean, 100 million downloads in 100 days, that's banana pants. Make sure you have pre-saved Russell's new album, Famous Back Home, so you can literally start listening the day it comes out on August 22nd. And there is a ton of very good Russell Dickerson music already available for you. He's kind of like our summer soundtrack artist. So you can listen to anything RD and you are going to love it. And listen, do not miss the Russellmania Tour if there is a stop near you. Trust me, it's an immediate add to your summer bucket list. It is so, so fun. Okay, if you want to stay in the country music summer vibes, I think you'll love hearing episode 884 with Kimberly Schlappman from Little Big Town, or episode 477 with Granger Smith. We also have a lot of episodes with Lady A. They're all linked in the show notes for you. If you have any questions from this episode, drop them in the Q&A box on your Spotify app if you're a Spotify listener like me, or send them to us on Instagram at That Sounds Fun Podcast. We'll try to answer them there. If you need anything else from me, well, I'm on Summer Sabbath, but normally I'm embarrassingly easy to find. Annie F. Downs on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, anywhere you need me, that is where you can find me. And I think that's it for me today. Friends, go out or stay home. Do something that sounds fun to you. And I will do the same. Today, what sounds fun to me, laying by the pool, listening to RD. Listen, get going on Happen to Me and all his other songs. You're going to love it. And how fun that we get to support someone that's as good a man as Russell Dickerson. Lucky us. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you back here on Monday. We're having a big marriage conversation with my dear friends, Gabe and Rebecca Lyons. We'll see y'all then.
That sounds fun.
That sounds fun.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Check 1, 2 on the microphone. NEF down, then your car to your home. Every week it's something new. A deep talk or an interview. She'll make you laugh, she'll make you cry. When it's dark out, she's a light. When you're down, get you feeling right. Oh man, that sounds fun.
That sounds fun.
That sounds fun.
Oh, that sounds